Hi guys, it's Kasia from Tafalarota, and today I would like to share with you my picks for the fall season. I'm similar to some people who already made videos about um, autumn decks and so on. Obviously, I have a lot of cool decks, so I'm not going to just limit myself to using 3 or 4 during the next 3 months. Sometimes I wish I could, but I cannot. So I have a few decks which I found myself working with all the time. And these decks are always a Tarot de Marseille deck. So in this case, this is Jeanne Dodal. It's one of my favorite Tarot de Marseilles ever. And this is the Victorian Romantic, which I use very often for readings on top of the Tarot de Marseille. So Victorian Romantic is a beautiful deck from Baba Studios, and I find it suits itself very well for client readings because it's not threatening in any way and the images are quite neutral. There is the 2 decks of Ellen Lorenzi Price, which are my companions, life companions. I always play with these decks. That's the Dark Goddess Tarot, and also, I'm showing you always the Sedna, Dark Goddess Tarot and the Tarot of the Crown. These 2 decks are my, I don't know, I feel like they have also a signature of deep part of me in them, and I connect to them very, very well. And Tarot of the Crown, I think they both out of print now, unfortunately. But I do hope that Ellen Lorenzi Prince will republish both of them, because I know that a lot of people would like to work with these. Another deck which I work with extensively for myself, it's Tarot of the She, and say hello to Lorna. I recently had an interesting experience with the name Lorna, with angels, and with Tarot of Transformation deck, and I did make a short video about it, so I will share it soon. Tarot of the She, it's one of those kind of magical decks that a lot of people find quite spot on, and that a lot of people connect to in their individual ways. And I don't use this tarot deck for client readings, but for my own readings. It's a beautiful deck, and I have connected with it straight away as soon as I saw it online. Okay, and this fall, so usually when we think of fall decks, we think Tarot of Vampires and so on and so forth, dark themed decks. So I was like this as well. Most of the fall, naturally I felt drawn to those decks, but this fall it's different. This fall feels for me a bit more like spring, and not so much in energy as a springy energy, but it feels very soft, very healing. I have this need to embrace the softer parts of me, sacred feminine. I like those swirly, energetic patterns and mixtures of colors. So my decks for autumn seem like the decks I'm drawn to work with right now seem very healing and very bright in a way. So that's the Tarot of Transformation, which I made a video about, which I link below. You can take a look. This deck is beautiful. It has such a gorgeous energy, and the book and the way they approach the cards and archetypes in tarot, it's beautiful. So I will definitely want to work with this deck more and deeper, and I would like to incorporate this deck into tarot, into client readings, so I will see how that will go. I also feel drawn to come back to Osho Zen Tarot. This is my first deck. My first deck is Kazanlar Tarot, But the first deck which I actually worked with and loved is the Osho Zen Tarot, which I received as a gift from my sister in 2001. This is like 15 years ago. It's a long time. I had a long break from tarot, so I only returned to tarot like full time maybe 2 years ago. But my journey with tarot started in 1998. Long time ago, yeah. So yes, also Osho Zen Tarot. I want to get back to it because I'm also drawn to this more spiritual approach to cards, not so much divinatory. I would like to get a book, a full book for the Gil Tarot, because I think this deck for me it's very healing, and it's very healing when it comes to karmic decisions which I made, and also some past lives and past issues. And this deck gave me quite incredible readings about that, so I would like to get to know it also a bit better. It's a beautiful deck. It's also out of print, but yeah, I would like to work with it a little bit more, and I feel drawn to get to know this deck much deeper than just from the little white book, which is not bad, but I would like the whole book. Another deck that I always feel drawn to around this time of the year, and this year it's no different, it's Nicoletta Cecol deck. This deck blows punches. I think this is one of the best decks for me to do any shadow work, just because it's sometimes our shadow is sweetly hidden behind good things, you know. I consider myself to be quite fortunate person. I'm in a loving relationship. I have beautiful friends, a gorgeous family, loving mom and dad, and you know, I just in a way, I probably have no reason to bloody hell complain. So this deck shows me always the little nuances, you know, where I can go deeper and where there are little cracks. And this, I love this deck. This is a beautiful deck. And I also work a lot with the soul cards. I mixed the two. As addition to tarot readings, these cards are amazing. I feel deeply connected to them. I love them. I love the imagery. I love the colors. I love everything about these cards. And I love how they make me feel when I draw them, you know. So they're beautiful, like journaling prompts and just additional information to your reading. I also would like to use the weekend cards, but I want to use them in a way because I don't like to use them just by themselves. You can, but I don't know, I'm not weekend, so, but they have a lot of beautiful symbols in them because they like eclectic mixture of a lot of things. So what I want to do with them, I want to pull tarot cards to explain to me or to give me some insight about different symbols used in the deck. So if I want to say like, what does the goddess, you know, represent for me right now? So I'm going to pull one card. How can I connect with the stone wisdom, you know? And I pull another card. What does the spiral, how can I embrace maybe spiral energy in my life right now? And I pull another card, and so on and so forth. So that's how I want to work with the Wicca cards, but they are gorgeous as well. And I did make a video about them, so please check in my channel. I also want to embrace more the wooden tarot and the Earthbound Oracle, because they just go together so nicely, you know, they go from the same creator. And Earthbound Oracle, it's beautiful. Same with the wooden tarot. I enjoy that wooden tarot doesn't have you know, full pictures as minors, because I love it, training my intelligence and training my intuition to work with peepish decks. This is like, I just enjoy it. Tarot de Marseille taught me how to really look at cards, and I will be forever grateful. So I also would like to play with more Tarot de Marseille decks. So I love the Tarot of the Masters, which is a Marseille type deck. So it's a beautiful, beautiful deck. I also want to add a little bit of sense of humor, so I want to play with the Major Tom's Tarot de Marseille, which I received bought recently. It's easy to read because of the colors. It's funny. It's a bit of a modern take on Tarot de Marseille, so there's a lot of baseball hats and so on and so forth. But this deck always makes me smile, so that's nice. And I also love the Tarot Noir, so this deck is also going to be used in readings, maybe majors on majors, but yeah, the small arcanas are beautiful as well. So this deck is gorgeous, gilded, but it's huge. And I also would like to use Fountain Tarot. I bought it. I even thought of swapping it because I haven't been using it, but I've done a few of the shadow readings with this deck. And yes, as you can see right now, all the colors, the pastel colors, the beautiful paintings. It's very striking. It's so easy to read. I don't know. I'm glad I didn't give it away, and I will be definitely coming back to it for healing this autumn. From my oracles, I love the three wisdom cards. That's such a spot on oracle. I swear I never get like off reading with it, so I really love it, and I use it a lot with client readings, my own readings, daily draws. Just use it. I really use it. I did have the Plant Ali Oracle as well, but I swapped it for the Llewellyn edition of Gaian Tarot. And I have to say that if you have Schiffer edition and you cut off the blue borders, I love Schiffer edition now when I cut off the blue borders. This is Llewellyn. It's beautiful. It's not as saturated, but I have to say that some cards look actually better in the Schiffer edition with the saturation. And the paper is different, and maybe because I worked with the other deck already for quite a while. This deck is so new, and it just came about a week ago from the swap, so I'm going to give it a go and play with it. But somehow the other deck now seems to be like my deck. So you never get your own mind. And then another deck is Dreams of Gaia. Love it. And I combine it with Wild Unknown, so I pull like one card from Dreams of Gaia, and also I pick some, here it's easy, I pull one card from Wild Unknown about masculine and one about feminine, and it works really beautiful. This deck is gorgeous. I enjoy it a lot. It's great artwork. I find it magical, and I find some specific ways to use it. It's not really so much a predictive deck for me, but I still find out what else I can do with it. Margaret Peterson Tarot, another shelf of spiritual deck. This is amazing deck. I chopped the white borders from the back, and it's incredible. This is like top shelf of spiritual. It's no bullshit spirituality, no fluffy blah blah blah. It's amazing. So this one is going to be working with me as well as the Kuan Yin Oracle, Animal Spirit Oracle, and Messengers. Also gorgeous decks. And maybe to just finish it off quickly, also Tarot of the Vampires by Robert M. Place. So that's it. My time is finishing, so I've got 15 minutes. Thank you for everything. Bye.